The coin you have shown is a 50 cent coin from Italy, minted in 2003. The euro cent coins are part of the euro currency system, which was introduced in 2002 to replace the national currencies of the member states of the European Monetary Union. The euro is now used by 20 of the 27 European Union countries, forming the so-called eurozone. Each euro is divided into 100 cents, and coins are minted in denominations of 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 cents, along with €1 and €2 coins. The coin shown here is struck in Nordic gold, which is not actually gold, but an alloy composed of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. This alloy was chosen for its durability, resistance to tarnishing, and distinctive golden color that helps differentiate the higher-value cent coins, 10, 20, and 50, from the lower-value copper-colored ones. The coin weighs 7.8 grams, has a diameter of 24.25 millimeters, and a thickness of 2.38 millimeters, with a milled edge to make counterfeiting more difficult, and also to aid tactile recognition for visually impaired people. On the common side, the side shared by all Euro countries, which is visible in your first image, the design features a map of the European Union as it was at the time of the coin's introduction, showing the western part of the continent, along with the value inscription 50 cent. Radiating lines and stars symbolize the unity and dynamism of the EU. The large numeral 50 takes up most of the right side of the design, making the denomination immediately clear. This design was created by Luc Luyx of the Royal Belgian Mint, who won a Europe-wide competition for the euro coinage designs in 1997. The map design has slightly changed over the years to reflect the enlargement of the EU, but coins minted in the early 2000s, such as your 2003 example, still show the original map with fewer member states. The national side of your coin, shown in the second image, reveals that this coin is from Italy. Each Eurozone country has its own national designs for the reverse side of the coins, while the obverse remains the same across the zone. Italy chose to highlight works of art and architecture from its rich cultural heritage on its coins. For the 50-cent coin, the design features the famous equestrian statue of Emperor Marcus Aurelius, which is preserved in the Capitoline Museums in Rome. The statue dates back to antiquity and is one of the most important surviving bronze statues of a Roman emperor, dating to around 175 CE. The image chosen for the coin represents both Italy's ancient history and its enduring influence on European and world culture. To the right of the statue, you can see the letters RI, which stand for Repubblica Italiana, meaning Italian Republic. The year of minting, 2003, appears to the left. Surrounding the design are the 12 stars of the European Union, symbolizing unity, solidarity, and harmony among the peoples of Europe. The coin you have is therefore both a piece of everyday currency and a cultural artifact. Its monetary value is, of course, just 50 cents, but like all euro coins, it is valid legal tender throughout the euro area. From a collector's standpoint, most 50-cent coins from Italy minted in 2003 are very common and hold little extra value beyond their face value unless they are in uncirculated or proof condition. Millions were minted, so circulated coins like yours are not rare. However, they're interesting to study because they show the blending of modern European integration with national pride and cultural heritage. The Italian designs, in particular, stand out because they celebrate Italy's role as a cradle of Western art, philosophy, and governance. Another interesting detail about the Marcus Aurelius statue is that for centuries it was misidentified as representing the Christian Emperor Constantine, which is one reason it survived when so many other bronze statues of pagan emperors were melted down. Its survival symbolizes continuity between the classical world and the Christian Middle Ages, just as the modern euro coin symbolizes continuity between Europe's national pasts and its shared present. Having it on a coin that circulates throughout Europe allows Italy to share a piece of its history with the rest of the continent, reminding millions of users daily of the shared cultural roots of Europe. Your coin, minted in 2003, was among the early series of euros, since Italy, like 11 other countries, adopted the euro in 2002, replacing the lira. The year 2003 was just the second year of euro coin production, so while not rare, Coins from this early period represent the optimism of the early Euro era, when the new common currency was still establishing itself. The Italian mint, the Istituto Poligrafico e Zecca dello Stato, produced these coins in large quantities. Each carries not only its practical function as money but also a symbolic value as a bridge between national traditions and European unity. In short, the 2003 Italian next top. The Luxembourg euro cent coins, including the 2013 issues ranging from 1, 2, and 5 cents, copper-plated steel, to 10, 20, and 50 cents, Nordic gold alloy, and the higher 1 and 2 euro coins, bimetallic, all follow the unified structure of the Eurozone currency system that was introduced in 2002 when Luxembourg, along with 11 other EU countries, adopted the euro as its official currency. The 2013 dated coins, struck under the authority of the Banque Centrale du Luxembourg, BCL, are part of the regular annual mintages and feature the distinctive national designs that are consistent across all Luxembourg euro coins. The design chosen for Luxembourg is particularly significant because, unlike most countries that use national symbols, monuments, or abstract designs, Luxembourg is constitutionally required to depict the reigning monarch on its official coinage. Thus, all coins carry the effigy of Grand Duke Henri, who became Grand Duke in 2000 following the abdication of his father, Jean. On the obverse of the 2013 coins, Grand Duke Henri is shown in a left-facing portrait, a minimalist yet dignified design that emphasizes continuity, national identity, and sovereignty within the framework of the European Union. Alongside the effigy is the word Luxembourg, which is the name of Luxembourg in the Luxembourgish language, and the year of issue, in this case, 2013. Surrounding the portrait are the 12 five-pointed stars of the European Union, representing unity, solidarity, and harmony among the peoples of Europe. The reverse sides of the coins, like all euro coins, are common designs adopted by the Eurozone and feature imagery created by Luc Luyx of the Royal Belgian Mint. The 1, 2, and 5 cent coins show the globe with Europe highlighted and lines representing links between the EU and the world. The 10, 20, and 50 cent coins depict a map of Europe with a more detailed design introduced after the euro's enlargement. And the 1 and 2 euro coins carry a simplified map of Europe without internal borders, signifying integration. Technical specifications of the 2013 cent coins follow the standard. The 1 cent measures 16.25 millimeters in diameter and weighs 2.30 g. The 2 cent 18.75 millimeters and 3.06 g, with a smooth edge that includes a groove, and the 5 cent 21.25 millimeters and 3.92 g, all struck in copper-covered steel, giving them a reddish color. The 10 cent, at 19.75 millimeters and 4.10 g, the 20 cent, at 22.25 millimeters and 5.74 g, and the 50 cent, at 24.25 millimeters and 7.80 g, are minted in Nordic gold, which is not actual gold but a copper aluminum zinc tin alloy that resists tarnish and has a distinct golden tone. The 1 euro coin has a diameter of 23.25 millimeters, weighs 7.50 g, and is made of 2 alloys, nickel brass and copper nickel, while the 2 euro coin is 25.75 millimeters, 8.50 g, bimetallic, with a special inscribed edge that reads 2, repeated alternately upright and inverted, which serves as an anti-counterfeiting measure. In terms of rarity and numismatic value, Luxembourg euro coins are of special interest because Luxembourg does not possess its own mint. Its coins are produced by foreign mints, often the Dutch Royal Mint, Koninklijke Nederlandse Munt, or other contracted mints such as those in Finland, France, or Germany. The mint marks of the responsible facility are sometimes visible on collector's editions or commemoratives, but the circulating coins themselves, including those dated 2013, generally follow standard circulation practices. The mintages in Luxembourg are relatively small compared to larger Eurozone economies, meaning that some years' coins, especially in low denominations, are scarcer in circulation and thus collectible. The 2013 issues are considered moderately available, not the rarest, but valued by collectors who wish to complete a full set of euro coins from all issuing countries and years. Economically, These coins represent more than face value. They embody Luxembourg's integration into the European project while preserving its monarchical tradition. Historically, 2013 coins also reflect the second decade of euro usage, a time when the currency had firmly established itself despite challenges, such as the Eurozone debt crisis that dominated European financial discourse in the early 2010s. From a design perspective, the Luxembourg coins are frequently discussed in numismatic circles for their consistent, yet politically significant portraiture requirement. While other nations update designs or issue multiple series, Luxembourg's insistence on the Grand Duke's effigy has led to a uniform identity, reinforcing the country's strong connection to its monarchy as a symbol of national unity. Collectors examining a 2013 Luxembourg euro cent coin will notice the fine details of the Grand Duke's profile, the clear inscription of Luxembourg, and the sharp striking that varies depending on mint of origin but usually carries high quality due to the strict standards imposed on euro coinage. Beyond numismatics, these coins circulate next top. The 50 euro cent coin from Luxembourg, known in the native Luxembourgish language as Luxembourg, is a piece of European currency that carries not only a face value of €0.50 but also a deeper significance in terms of national representation, European identity, and numismatic interest. Issued in 2009, this coin belongs to the second largest grouping of euro cent coins, occupying the golden-colored Nordic gold category that includes the 10, 20, and 50-cent pieces, and it reflects the small nation's unique blend of tradition and modernity. The adoption of the euro in Luxembourg was part of a long history of economic integration. Luxembourg had been tied to Belgium in a monetary union since 1921 and had been among the founding members of the European Economic Community. Thus, when the euro currency was introduced in 1999 for electronic transactions and in 2002 for physical coins and banknotes, Luxembourg was already fully committed to the project. The 50-cent coin of 2009 is more than just a piece of money. It is a statement of national sovereignty, European cooperation, and cultural symbolism. The obverse of the coin, like all Luxembourgish euro coins, features the profile of Grand Duke Henri, who has been the head of state of Luxembourg since 2000, following the abdication of his father, Grand Duke Jean. Henry's image is a consistent element across all denominations of Luxembourg euro coins, a decision that underscores the importance of monarchy to Luxembourg's national identity, while simultaneously adhering to the European Union's requirement that each member state may design its own side of the euro coins, but must feature motifs of national importance. On the 2009 50-cent piece, the profile of Grand Duke Henri faces to the left, presented with a dignified and clean outline, accompanied by the word Luxembourg written in Luxembourgish along the edge of the coin, affirming both the state's cultural independence and its linguistic uniqueness in Europe, as Luxembourgish is the only national language of the Grand Duchy alongside French and German. The year 2009 is placed clearly on the coin, marking not only the year of minting but also linking the piece to a significant period in European economic history, as 2009 was the time of global financial crisis and the European Union's early responses to what would later become the Eurozone's sovereign debt crisis. Holding a Luxembourg 50 euro cent coin from 2009 is therefore also holding a witness to an era of uncertainty, adaptation, and resilience within the European project. From a physical perspective, the Luxembourg 50-cent coin conforms to the technical standards established for all euro area nations. It is composed of Nordic gold, an alloy of copper, aluminium, zinc, and tin, specifically designed to provide a golden appearance without actually containing precious metal, thus keeping production costs sustainable for circulation currency. The coin weighs 7.80 grams, has a diameter of 24.25 millimeters, and is 2.38 millimeters thick. It is equipped with a unique Spanish flower shape with 7 indents, which makes it instantly recognizable by touch and helps visually impaired individuals differentiate it from other coins. Its edge is finely milled with regular indentations, another measure to distinguish it both by feel and sight. The reverse of the coin, common to all euro area states, was designed by Luc Luyx of the Belgian Royal Mint. It depicts a map of Europe without borders, emphasizing the unity of the Eurozone. In earlier coins prior to 2007, the reverse showed only the EU, 15 members, but starting in 2007, the reverse was updated to display the entire European continent as a symbol of ongoing enlargement. Thus, the Luxembourg 50-cent coin of 2009 belongs to the post-2007 series, featuring this updated reverse, which symbolizes openness and inclusiveness. It shows the denomination 50 euro cent and the European map spreading across most of the surface, reminding the user that the euro is both a regional and global currency, facilitating trade, travel, and financial integration across multiple countries. When looking at the coin as a collector, the 2009 issue is relatively common compared to certain commemorative issues, since 50-cent coins are struck in large numbers for daily circulation. Mintage figures vary by year, but Luxembourg's total population and economy are small, which means their euro coins tend to be scarcer in circulation than those of larger nations such as Germany, France, or Italy. For numismatists, this provides a certain allure, since finding Luxembourgish coins in everyday circulation outside of Luxembourg can be more difficult, giving them a semi-collectible status despite not being rare in absolute terms. The coin's condition, like with all modern currency, heavily influences its value. Circulated examples are generally only worth their face value, while uncirculated and proof versions may carry a modest premium. Next top. The 50 euro cent coin of 2003 belongs to the first generation of euro coins issued after the euro currency was officially introduced on January 1, 2002 across 12 member states of the European Union. This coin, like all euro coins, reflects not only the monetary unification of Europe, but also the national pride of each participating country, since one side carries a common European design and the other side is customized to represent the issuing nation. To understand the depth of the 50-cent coin of 2003, one must look at its historical background, physical specifications, design elements, symbolism, circulation history, mintage figures, and collector value. The euro itself was conceived decades earlier as part of the Maastricht Treaty of 1992, with the aim of creating a common currency that would eliminate exchange barriers, simplify trade, and serve as a global symbol of European integration. By the time coins and notes entered circulation in 2002, it was one of the largest monetary changes in modern history, involving the replacement of numerous national currencies, such as the Deutsche Mark, French franc, Italian lira, Spanish peseta, Dutch guilder, and others. In this context, the 50 euro cent coin became one of the higher value coins in the everyday currency system, sitting just below the 1 euro and 2 euros coins, and being of practical significance in daily transactions. Physically, the 50-cent coin is distinct in its size, weight, and color. It is made from a metal alloy known as Nordic gold, which is not actually gold but rather a composition of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. This alloy was chosen for several reasons. It has a gold-like appearance, is resistant to tarnishing, has good durability for circulation, and reduces the risk of allergic reactions that can occur with nickel-based alloys. The coin weighs 7.8 grams, has a diameter of 24.25 millimeters, and a thickness of 2.38 millimeters, making it heavier and larger than the 10 and 20-cent coins, but still smaller than the 1 euro coin. Its edge is particularly recognizable, a series of finely milled indentations, giving it what numismatists call a Spanish flower shape with 7 indentations. This makes the coin more tactile and easier to distinguish by touch, an important feature for visually impaired users. On the common reverse side, used on all 50-cent coins regardless of country of issue, the design was created by Luc Lux, a Belgian artist whose initials LL can often be seen subtly inscribed on the coin. In 2003, the reverse still showed the original Euro map design that depicted the European Union as it was before the enlargement of 2004. The image displays the European continent joined together, symbolizing unity, with 6 parallel lines cutting across behind it, each line ending in a star that represents the European flag's 12 stars. The denomination 50 euro cent is clearly inscribed, making the coin easy to identify even in multilingual contexts. Later, after 2007, The map was updated to show a broader European continent rather than just EU members, but the 2003 issue retains the original first-generation map, making it an interesting historical marker of pre-enlargement Europe. The national obverse side of the 2003 50-cent coin varies depending on the issuing country. Each Eurozone nation was allowed to design its own motifs that reflect cultural heritage, national symbols, or historical figures. For example, in Germany, the 50-cent coin features the Brandenburg Gate, designed by Reinhard Heinsdorf, symbolizing both division and unity in German history. In France, it depicts the Sower, designed by Laurent Joriot, symbolizing the French tradition of spreading life and growth. In Italy, it shows the statue of Emperor Marcus Aurelius on horseback, representing Italy's Roman legacy. Spain used the effigy of Miguel de Cervantes, author of Don Quixote, while Austria depicted secessionist artist Gustav Klimt's The Kiss. Finland featured the heraldic lion, Ireland used the harp, Greece depicted the mythological Europa riding a bull, Portugal showed royal seals, Belgium featured King Albert II, the Netherlands had Queen Beatrix, and Luxembourg had the portrait of Grand Duke Henri. Each of these designs tells a different story, yet they all unify under the euro system. Because the year 2003 falls just after the initial launch, these coins were minted in high numbers as governments sought to provide sufficient coinage for circulation, making them relatively common in comparison with later special issues. From a numismatic perspective, 2003 50-cent coins are generally considered regular circulation coins rather than rare collector's items, since billions were produced across the Eurozone. However, their value can vary depending on country, condition, and minting details. For instance, coins from smaller states like Luxembourg, Ireland, or Finland may have lower mintage numbers compared to France, Germany, or Spain, which produced hundreds of M.